and welcome to Let's Cook. My name's Sally and today I'm going to be showing you how to make some lovely individual strawberry Victoria sandwich cakes. Okay, so for this recipe you need to make sure that your ingredients again are accurately weighed. You will need 100 grams of soft margarine or butter, 100 grams of sugar, caster sugar, 100 grams of self-raising flour, 2 eggs, large eggs, beaten, okay? So really, really important when you're making something like a Victoria sandwich or any type of baking that you make sure that your eggs and your butter or your margarine are at room temperature. This prevents curdling. And what will happen is if your mixture curdles, it means that your cake won't rise as well. Okay, so let's get started. So in my bowl is my soft margarine or butter, as I say. Okay, and to that I'm going to add my caster sugar. So going to give that a mix. If you have an electric whisk, you can use an electric whisk, but for this small amount, you don't need an electric whisk. It's really good to use the wooden spoon and mix yourself. Okay, so you want to make sure that your butter and your sugar or your margarine and sugar are nicely beaten and soft. So like this. Then you're going to add small additions of your egg, and with each small addition of your egg you're going to add a small amount of flour. This also helps prevent curdling. So small amount of egg, small amount of flour. Not too much flour, okay, because we don't want to toughen the cake mix. So these are lovely tea time treats and look gorgeous. Decorated with some cream, some jam and some fresh strawberries. I got my strawberries from Goodall's farm, which is in Lymington. Went strawberry picking and picked a huge amount of strawberries, dropped one. Absolutely delicious. So strawberries are in season, so it means that they taste best at this time of the year, and also they should be slightly cheaper. And of course, really good for you. 97% of a strawberry is vitamin C, it's full of vitamin C, so really, really good for you. More vitamin C in a strawberry than an orange. Okay. So you can see my mixture is starting to resemble a cake mix, but we're going to keep going. So a small amount of egg and a spoonful of flour. You will know if your cake mix is going to curdle. It looks strange, it just looks like the butter is starting to split or separate. And if it does do that, you don't need to throw the mixture away, you just add a small amount of flour and carry on, okay? So again, small amount of egg, small amount of flour. So you can see also that I've got a tray ready. So I've got a muffin tray because I want a slightly higher rise than just a normal size fairy cake. So I've got a muffin tray, and this should make roughly 9 nice sized cake. Okay, so nearly there. Egg, small amount of flour. So I've got my oven on preheating at 180. Gas mark 4 to 5. And these won't take any time at all to cook. So it's lovely to make a big Victoria sandwich but I think these are really, really cute because you're going to give an individual cake to each person that you're serving rather than a slice of cake. And it's just a bit easier to eat. You don't need a fork necessarily for an individual cake. Okay, we're nearly there. So my eggs were particularly large. Got those from the chickens this morning, so lovely fresh eggs. So I'm not going to add any more egg because I can see my cake mix doesn't need it. But I'm going to add that last bit of flour. Okay. And I'm going to just gently fold that in. So because you've got your self-raising flour, you've got your baking powder in your flour, your raising agent, or your raising will come, or your rising rather, will come from the egg and the baking powder in the self-raising flour. So there is my lovely cake mix. Tidy as we go. So that's your lovely Victoria Sandwich cake mix. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill up my cases. So I'm taking a large spoonful, and with another spoon, I'm just going to drop the mixture in. So drop the mixture in. Try not to get it all the way around the cake case. Okay, so just spend a little bit of time making sure that it's evenly distributed. And then they're going to go into the oven for about between 12 and 15 minutes. So the way that you test a Victoria sandwich or a sponge cake is just by gently putting your fingers on the top and pressing down very gently. If it springs back up and it's golden, you know that the cakes are cooked. So last bit of mixture out. So as I said, I'm going to make 9 lovely sized cakes. Get the last of the mixture out. And into the oven they will go. Okay? So here are my lovely Victoria sandwich cakes. So what I'm going to do now is show you how to fill them. So I've got some lovely strawberries, some strawberry jam, a little bit of icing sugar to dredge to make the top look pretty. I've got some lovely mint from the garden and also lemon verbena. So anyone that's been to any of my classes, they will know that that's my favourite herb. It smells lovely. It's got a gorgeous sort of, reminds me of sherbet lemons, the sweets that you can buy. Absolutely gorgeous. And you can pop it on desserts for decoration. But you can also cook with the lemon verbena. So you can put the lemon verbena actually into the meringue and you get lovely little flecks of green through the meringue. Absolutely delicious. So I've also got some cream that I've whipped up and put into a piping bag. But you of course can just spread your cream, okay? So take my cake, as you can see, my lovely Victoria sandwich or Victoria sandwich cake. I'm going to cut it very carefully in half, okay? And then I'm going to take the cake, put the bottom of the cake on the plate. Then with some cream, I'm just going to pipe a spiral. Okay. And I'm going to put a small amount of raspberry or strawberry jam. If you were using raspberries, you use raspberry, but we're going to make some strawberry Victoria sandwiches. So a spoonful of the strawberry jam, like so. Okay, and then we're going to take some of our lovely strawberries. So I've picked the smaller ones out of the ones that I picked the other day and saved them. And I'm just going to slice. Okay, we'll probably use 2. And then what I'm going to do is just using the cream almost as a glue, I'm going to pop the strawberries in so they poke out the sides. Okay, then I'm going to put my lid on the top of my cake. Make sure your strawberries are well pushed in, and then take a small amount of the icing sugar, sprinkle over the top. Okay, and then as I said, I've got some lovely strawberry flowers because we're growing strawberries here at Let's Cook. So I'm going to pop, just for decoration, a strawberry flower in and some of my lemon verbena, just to make it look attractive. Oops, tricky. There you go. So that's our lovely Victoria sandwich cake. I think that looks delicious. Lovely with a cup of tea. Hope you've enjoyed Let's Cook. See you soon.